So as we stand here on the shores of the beautiful Mackinaw Straits in the shadow of the Mackinaw Bridge, that is the vaunted, that is iconic of the vaunted Pure Michigan campaign, we are within the immediate spill zone of two 20-inch oil pipelines pumping 23 million gallons a day of dirty oil. Those pipelines are exposed in the open waters of Lake Michigan, in some places more than 250 feet deep, and are more than 62 years old. Yes, those pipelines were built before there was color television. For years, they were completely forgotten. But in July 2011, a younger pipeline, also owned by Canadian company Enbridge, ruptured near Marshall, Michigan, spilling more than 1 million gallons of tar sands oil into the Kalamazoo River. That was the wake-up call that launched a campaign to raise awareness about the incredible threat to the Great Lakes from the pipeline right here. Last summer, more than 20 environmental groups came together to form the Oil and Water Don't Mix campaign, including statewide organizations such as League of Conservation Voters, Sierra Club, Clean Water Action, Food and Water Watch, tribal organizations, the Chippewa-Ottawa Resource Authority, our own Michigan Environmental Council statewide group, and local groups such as Northern Michigan Environmental Action Council, Concerned Citizens of Emmett and Sheboygan counties, and Groundwork Center and Flow for Water out of Traverse City, as well as many others. Our initial goal was just to raise awareness about the threat of the campaign. And over the past year we have done that. In fact, we have elevated this to a top-tier issue in Michigan. As a result of our efforts, Governor Snyder formed a petroleum pipeline task force to study the issue. Importantly, the task force did clarify that Michigan has all the authority necessary to shut down the pipeline. Specifically, Attorney General Bill Schuette could immediately wield this authority as Michigan's top attorney and file an injunction to shut down the pipeline. Now, importantly, at the time of the task force report, Schuette said a couple of things that we should remember. He said we would never allow this pipeline to be built here today, and that the days of this pipeline are numbered. Well, Mr. Attorney General, it's now been 54 days since you said that, and nothing substantive has happened to shut down the pipeline. Now, last week, there was some news that Governor Snyder appointed another committee that was going to begin another long process to further study the pipeline problem. And state officials even bragged that they were able to convince Enbridge to agree to not run tar sands oil through the Line 5 pipeline, something that Enbridge had already acknowledged they did not plan to do. So we're beginning to see some grandstanding, and we're hearing some language, but no action. We're also beginning to see a very well-funded media campaign from Enbridge to attempt to persuade the people of Michigan to trust them with the waters of the Great Lakes, to trust them with these Straits of Mackinac. So what is most needed now to shut down the pipeline, more than another study or another committee, is a clear, loud, and overwhelming message from the citizens of Michigan to our elected top officials that we demand they not risk our Great Lakes water for corporate energy profits.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
What's happening here today, as you're hearing, with this amazing Kayak Flotilla, is evidence of the clear, overwhelming position of the people of Michigan that it is past time to shut down this pipeline. Now, I want to introduce a few other voices of citizens that are here today working on this issue, and I want to start with the organizer of this event. It's quite an event, quite a job, and I'd like to first introduce Jannan Cornstalk. Jannan is a citizen of the Little Traverse Bay Bands of Odawa Indians, and she has done a tremendous job organizing this event. It's her energy and her vision and her commitment to shutting down the pipeline that brought us all here today. Thank you, Jannan.
I would say Chimagwetch to the creator, because he's the one that put this thought into my mind. After hearing about 6 Line B and about the dog and pony shows that Enbridge has put on, saying that the pipeline is safe, I don't believe that. And I want to thank all the people that gathered here today in support of this flotilla. Without all these people here, this would not have been possible. And without water, nothing can exist. So as an Anishinaabe Kwe, I will talk about this water and talk as much as I can to protect it. That's my job as an Anishinaabe Kwe. So I want to thank MCATS and Jim Lively, my tribal leaders, the tribal leaders in the state of Michigan for coming and supporting this event. Miigwech.